Hey everybody, Tyler here with Career Builder HQ. In today's video, I'm going to quickly walk you through how you can use AI like ChatGPT and create a resume for yourself that really just stands out. And the best part is you won't have to enter in any personal information if you don't want to. So let's jump straight in. All right, so let's go ahead and jump straight in. I'm using ChatGPT, but you can use whatever platform you feel works best for you. Now, jumping straight in, the first thing we're going to do is assign a role. So we're going to say, I would like for you to take the role of we'll just say professional resume writer, and then we'll say who makes ATS optimized resumes. Now, when you send this off, you'll see memory updated, and then you'll get potentially a couple of pieces of advice. Now, we're going to omit any personal identifying information. And if you have a resume, you can just paste it in and say, please rewrite this. Again, omitting anything personal or that you just don't feel comfortable sharing. But in this case, we'll assume that we don't have a resume, or maybe we just want to see what can AI do with the information I give it. So we'll say something along the lines of, again, we'll omit name, email, all of that stuff. We'll just put that in our resume later. So we'll say something along the lines of, I have spent 10 years in customer service. And you can do this with any type of position. So, or we can even mix it up. So we'll say, I spent 5 years in customer service and 5 years in IT. And then obviously correct misspellings. And then we'll say I worked, and we'll give it 2015 to 2020 as a customer service rep in retail at XYZ company as a cashier. Then I went to XYZ1 company as an IT support rep for the next 5 years. Please write a full resume. Now, in this case, I didn't give it a ton of information, and the main reason is any information that you give it is just going to enhance the quality of what you get back. So you'll see as it's writing, and again, your results will vary depending on what you're doing and asking, but you'll see that we get our core skills. You'll see that we have our current company. Then you'll see we have our previous company. Then you'll see it also gives us options for education and certifications, and it even gives a couple of recommendations of things that we could add. Then next up we have technical proficiencies, and then achievements, again, if applicable. So now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and jump in and really just put this into Microsoft Word and see what we can do with it. So I have Word opened up, and what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and highlight everything. And we'll just literally copy and paste. So you have a couple of different ways to do this. For example, we have our copy option, or if you feel better, you can literally just scroll all the way down and hit Control-C or Command-C. Now, from this point, we'll just close this window because, to be honest, I don't think we're really going to need it anymore. Now, you have a couple of choices when it comes to formatting. So we're going to go to Layout, Margins, and let's just say you want to use we'll just say 0.5, 0.5. Now, what I usually would recommend in most cases to avoid any weird formatting is you can paste as plain text, but in this case, most of what we have is relatively safe, I would say. So the first thing that we're going to do, and this is a big recommendation I usually have, highlight everything and then just make sure that we don't have any before or after spacing that could make this resume longer than it needs to be, and also set line spacing to single. Now, you can do everything from here however you see fit, but this is a recommendation that I have. Now, we're going to center this, and you'll see your name's bolded. If you want to, you can make it a little bit larger. Another thing is making sure that we have consistent text and formatting. So if you want, you can make your name a little bit larger, and then again, you can fill out all this information, city and state, email, etc. You'll see that you have a professional summary here. You'll see that we now have our core skills. If you want, you could even go into layout and maybe adjust this to be 2 columns. Then you'll see we have our professional experience, and it continues on. Now, you do have a couple of choices. Honestly, as is, I don't think that this is a bad looking resume at all, but you do have the option to continue through. For example, maybe you want to add a little bit of spacing in between different sections. Maybe the education is incorrect. So let's say you have your CompTIA certification and maybe your ITIL, or let's just say customer service. So we have those trainings added. You'll see your technical proficiencies as well, which I would personally put near the top. And then you have projects and achievements. So we'll keep 2 of these. Now we can put our proficiencies, etc. up top. Now, the last thing that I'm going to recommend, and again, this is just, it all comes down to personal preference, but I don't personally like how these dividers are set up and the fact that they're an object instead of the formatting. So in Word, you have this borders option, which will underline and separate different sections. So for example, if we go here, you'll see that it will drop that border, and then we can remove unnecessary objects, and you can place these wherever you see fit. So usually most resumes will have something like this. Again, removing these objects and then updating any of the relevant content. And then also making sure if there's anything you see like optional or if applicable, updating that. So for example, here you'll see in brackets by X%. If you know that you improve things by 25%, you can put that. So at this point, we have a pretty decent looking resume that you can use to submit to whatever companies. And you can also go in Word and go and create a new document and choose from a wide range of different templates. But at the very least, you have a resume in, I would say, less than 10 to 15 minutes that you could send over to most positions. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment box below, and I'll see you all in the next video.